Next is conditional use permit for short-term rental, not the primary residence of the owner on Forest Drive. Amy.
Amy Brooks, Office of Planning Staff, 444 South 5th Street. This is 23 CUP 0171, Forest Drive short-term rental. This is a request for a conditional use permit to allow a short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is not the primary residence of the owner. This is located about 4 blocks from Preston Highway. It's zoned R4 Neighborhood Form District. There's a 1-story single-family structure with 3 bedrooms, which would allow for 8 guests. There is also an existing driveway that will be available to accommodate that guest use as well. Next slide. This is the zoning map. As you can see, it is surrounded by single-family residential properties. These are the current site conditions. This is the front of the subject property. This is looking north along Forest Drive with the proposed short-term rental over to the right. This is looking south along Forest Drive with the proposed short-term rental to your left. The proposal is adequately justified for approval based on staff's analysis contained in the standard of review, and it meets all the standards of the conditional use permit for short-term rentals. So your required actions today are to approve or deny the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is not the primary residence of the owner. Are there any questions for staff?
Not at this time, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaker card for Lene Washington. Good afternoon, Ms. Washington.
Good afternoon.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Lene Washington, 1325 Forest Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, 40219.
Please proceed with your testimony.
I'm just here to answer any questions that y'all might have regarding the property.
Are you going to be the host of this?
I am.
And where do you live?
Right now, we bought a new house. We're living at 825 Dearborn Avenue.
And how far away is that from this property?
About a 10-minute drive on the highway.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
This is your primary residence before?
It was
So how long did y'all live there for?
about 5 years.
Nice. Nice. Looks nice with the like a lake there. I wasn't aware that that was even there. Housekeeping question that do you have the smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, and fire extinguisher in the
We do.
house? Okay. Thank you.
And are you willing to share your contact information with neighbors in the event they need to reach you?
Yes, they should already have it, but I can give it to them again.
Okay. All right.
How did the neighborhood meeting go?
Some of the neighbors are concerned about it. I don't think they really know the process much, but I did reach out to all my neighbors and talk to them individually about it.
Did you have a neighborhood meeting?
I did.
Okay.
Members, any other questions for Ms. Washington? Don't believe there are any at this time. Thank you. Speaker card for Marcus Washington. I may have mispronounced your first name. Hello.
Right, it's Marcus.
Okay. You swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth. Name and address, please.
Marcus Washington, 1325 Forest Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, but residing at 825 Dearborn Avenue, Louisville, Kentucky, 40211.
When did you move? I'm sorry.
Sorry?
When did you move?
When did we move? We moved in March of 2023.
Okay. Please proceed with your testimony.
I really don't have anything to add to what Amy or my wife, Lene, stated already. I'm just here to answer any additional questions if need be.
Oh, I know I was going to ask, are you all? If there was anything else, I knew I need to ask that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any other properties like this, or is this your first one?
Sorry.
Do you have any other short-term rentals
No,
other than this? This is your only
my
one.
first one, yes.
Thank you.
I don't believe there are any other questions at this point, Mr. Washington. I do have speaker cards for 2 individuals who will speak in opposition, so you'll have the opportunity for a 5-minute rebuttal. You or Ms. Washington. Okay. All right. Nicole Edwards. Good afternoon, Ms. Edwards.
Hello,
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Nicole Edwards, 1321 Forest Drive, Louisville, Kentucky.
Please proceed.
I've already sent in an email with my statements, but I just wanted to come in and represent those that could not, especially the one that lives right next door to the residence in question. I live 2 houses down. So the person that lives between us is an elderly man, and he doesn't do email, and he couldn't come today because his wife is in the nursing home having complications. So he is opposed to it, and he lives right directly next door to this. I guess in lieu of the email that I sent in, first, let me say that, yes, we had a neighborhood meeting about it, but she was not present. She had someone else, I think it was her mother.
Well,
I would wait.
We'll have you
I
come
think it was
back up
her mother.
after
Okay.
and address.
Well, I think it was her mother that was there. So I've never spoken with her in person. She did call me after the meeting, and I explained to her why I was opposed to it, which again is everything that I put in the email. Along with that, I noticed that only us surrounding neighbors were kind of presented with information about it, but it affects our neighborhood. And there's like 51 houses in our neighborhood. According to our neighborhood association bylaws, Article 2, Section 1, primary use restrictions state that no lot shall be used except for private, single-family residential purposes. So they would have to be a resident. Now, we do have some,
is that from your HOA or what? What
yes,
is?
our homeowners association, yes. Do you need you want this? Okay. So it states that in our HOA that they have to be single-family residents. Now, we do have some long-term residents, long-term rental residents, and the next person will account to, they have one that lives right next door to them. We've had numerous problems, even though they are year rentals. We never know who we're going to get in the neighborhood. I've lived there for 23 years. And I can tell you, the majority of us have lived there over 20 years. We know each other. We're very active, but very small and quiet community. We're concerned about what short-term rentals will bring to the community as far as additional crime. When I first moved there, you couldn't get through to the other main street. It was blocked off. And so when they opened that up, it brought more traffic through. And we're concerned that this will bring additional traffic. We won't know who's there. Again, we're always looking out for each other. We won't know who's there, who's renting the property. We're concerned about negative things that can happen. What else? So I'm not opposed to a long-term rental. I do understand that people have to, I'm not trying to stop someone from having income, but short-term rentals I am against.
There's any questions for Ms. Edwards?
So you say you have an HOA, is
Yes, we do.
that right? HOA.
Uh,
Homeowners Association.
Y'all pay dues to it and have
Yes.
to, you have certain rules and,
Yes,
okay.
yes, we do.
And part of the rules is that it states no Airbnbs or no short-term?
It doesn't specifically state no Airbnbs. This was written back in 1995. I don't even know if
Okay.
Airbnbs were a thing at
I
that
think we
time.
would need to take a quick
Oh,
look at that.
No, we don't need that at all. It has nothing to do with us.
We can't.
Sort of like where we have some of these variances where they're right on the property line. So if they've got some sort of contract that the homeowners association is a party to, they can enforce that, right? So I mean, even if the board were to grant the CUP, if there was something in the homeowners association that prevented it and they wanted to go enforce that, that would be between them and the property owners, right? But we wouldn't be a party to that.
Plus, I would add that the way she mentioned and alluded to it, a lot of these homeowners association rules were written before Airbnbs were more common. So there's a lot of interpretation that the homeowners associations have to get through, and one person can read it one way and one person can read it the other. It's a slippery slope. So staff
That's helpful.
don't necessarily review for compliance with homeowners association rules unless Metro mandated that particular requirement.
All right. Thank you.
We
Understood.
don't have any ability to enforce that. The homeowners association rules. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Ms. Edwards?
No. Should be it.
Thank you. Anthony Wade? Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth?
Yes.
Name and address, please.
Anthony Ware, 1322 Forest Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, 40219.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Yes, I'm against the Airbnb, the short-term rental, because of the high crime that it could bring in bringing the property value down. And this against our homeowners association rules.
Did you attend the neighborhood meeting?
Yes,
Okay. And how long have you lived there on Forest Drive?
23 years.
Okay, thank you.
Would you all have a copy of our emails that we sent or the statements from the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Mr. Ware, did you get an opportunity to hear the discussion on homeowners associations and where this board has authority and where we do not?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Members, any other questions for Mr. Ware? All right. Ms. Washington or Mr. Washington, who's going to speak in rebuttal?
Hi.
And speak to the concerns that you've heard.
Yes.
All right.
Where I want to start. I am a real estate professional, and I do have experience managing properties. I did not host my own meeting. I was actually on vacation. I did have my mother host a meeting, who is also a real estate professional, and notice was given to the neighbors beforehand. The HOA states, oh no, y'all have no say so on the HOA. It says that the house needs to be used as a single family residence, which it will be used as a single family residence. It is not converted into a commercial building, our commercial use. We do have actual rentals in the neighborhood. Actually, a rental is adjacent from my house. I think the short-term rental will bring opportunity for people to actually grow into the neighborhood. I think I addressed everything they asked. Y'all have any other questions for me?
So you didn't host your own meeting? You had your mother do it?
I did. I was on vacation. It was already paid for beforehand.
Okay. And is she going to be the host or you're the
No,
host?
I'm gonna be the host. She only was there because I was on vacation.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I don't believe there are any other questions related to your rebuttal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, make sure she's aware of the 30 days.
Yes. Ms. Washington, have you received a copy of the staff report?
I have.
Okay, so you understand the conditions that are listed in the staff report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. About the requirement to register the short-term rental within 30 days. of issuance of the conditional use permit. Two
Yes.
very important conditions on page 8 of the staff report. Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair, I would also just like to add, because some of the comments related to crime and potential issues that could arise from the short-term rental, obviously the board can make the decision to deny, but if you choose to approve, I just want to make sure the neighbors are aware that if there's 2 substantiated complaints or incidents that happen at the short-term rental within a year, the short-term rental CUP can be revoked. So if it isn't managed well and there's noise complaints or other issues happening at the property, this approval can be taken away.
Okay, that's an important point.
Can I also respond to that also? There hasn't been any complaints regarding the property since we've owned it at all. Most of the people said they didn't even know we lived there. We've been so quiet.
Okay,
So you're already renting the property as an Airbnb
No, no,
Okay.
ma'am, no.
meanwhile, you were
while you
residing.
were residing there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
All right.
And if they wanted to, just, I guess this is to remind me also, if someone wanted to complain, that would be to 311, or would that be to the police?
That's an excellent question, and the answer is it depends.
Yes.
If it is a property condition issue, like the property's not being kept up, then that's a 311 complaint. Or if it's over occupancy, we're going to control the occupancy based on the number of bedrooms. So if 100 people are there, that's another issue that you would call 311 over. But if it's a noise complaint or some kind of criminal activity, you would call LMPD, not 311, so that they would be able to respond to that immediately.
All right, thanks for that clarification. At this point, we'll close the public hearing and move into deliberation on the short-term rental on Forest Drive. Members, any discussion? If there is none, I'm ready to entertain it.
Question, please. Yeah.
Yes.
From a historical perspective, how has this been, how would this have been handled if this were approved? Then the next step, is that between the HOA, a civil act between the HOA and whomever and the applicant regarding whether they can or can't do what the board here has just authorized?
At the end of the day, if the HOA believes that the short-term rental is not allowed under their bylaws, they can talk to the property owners, and if they can't resolve it, they could take it to court and let a court decide.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's, it was not to even be considered as far as we're concerned. That's
Right.
Civil
We're one piece of it, but an approval of a CUP does not override
correct.
what's in the HOA.
Right.
But we also can't enforce what's in the HOA, so.
Right. Thank you.
I have a question for the staff though. When you set up a neighborhood meeting to go over your, is that date, do you all say when that date is, or?
Well, technically, the board does. Within our bylaws, we set parameters for when a neighborhood meeting can be held. So you don't have one on Saturday at 4 a.m. and because you don't want somebody to show up. So we put in there some requirements within the bylaws of when it should be. Typically, it should be Monday through Thursday in the evening because that tends to be a time when most people are available. So we set those kind of ground rules in the bylaws with some flexibility on a case-by-case basis. Then the code requires that the neighborhood meeting be held a certain number of days before you formally file. So you can't hold a neighborhood meeting 2 years ago and then submit a new application and move ahead. So it typically has to be held, a couple months or ideally right before you submit that formal application. So those are the requirements that they have to meet in terms of scheduling. But does that answer the question?
Yeah, I was just curious. I mean, I was just wondering if it was a date that you all had said had to be done, that you would set a neighborhood meeting for your CUP while you're on it.
Yeah, we don't set the date. We just make sure that we can meet the noticing requirements for it. So basically, you just got to give us 2 weeks at least advance notice so that we can send our notices out. And we can make sure that that date meets the board's bylaws. As far as who's at the neighborhood meeting, ideally, the applicant will be leading it, but it's common for attorneys sometimes to lead them for their clients or representatives, so it's not a requirement. But it is preferred that the person with the short-term rental, that the host, at least the initial host, would be there, because in theory, this could transfer to the next owner. And so they're really looking at the use anyway, not the host.
I will note
right,
on
thank
the
you.
neighborhood meeting letter that the applicant did put that she was going to have a representative at the meeting. So,
Okay, thank
because
you.
we had discussed prior to that, making sure that the neighbors would know who the players were at the neighborhood meeting.
Thank you.
And was there contact information for the Washingtons in that letter?
Yes.
In case somebody wanted to follow up afterwards? All right, thank you. Great.
I'd just comment too that it's like Joe said, the interpretation of what we've heard of the HOAs and so forth, they've already got long-term rentals. And we don't know if there's one family or two or three in a long-term rental. So I think that's the problem between, certainly, as we talked here a few minutes ago, between the HOA and these folks. So they can get prepared for that. Should this be approved?
Okay. Any other discussion? Are we ready to move on to a motion? I have no 600-foot issues associated with this case.
Madam Chair, if there's no other discussion, I'd like to make a motion.
Please proceed.
In reference to case number 23 CUP 0171, the location being 1325 Forest Drive, I make a motion that we approve the conditional use permit to allow short-term rental of a dwelling unit that is not the primary residence of the owner. I base that on the staff finding, standard review, testimonial that we heard here today, and the conditions of approval on page 8 of 8.
There's a second?
Second, Horton.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the conditional use permit for short-term rental on Forest Drive. We're ready for a vote.
Horton,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Leonhardt,
Yes.
Vozos,
Yes.
Bond.
Yes, short-term rental's been approved.
You do have a,
This permit has been approved.
yes, and I just want to make sure that the Washingtons have a list of requirements as far as registering it and keeping the property registered with Louisville Metro. Okay, thank you.